everybody. Welcome back. Dirt Racing Network live coverage of the Flatout Sim Series. Williams Grove Speedway. We will get ready to move on to our national anthem. These guys are moving into their qualifying, so enjoy this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley. As always, a wonderful rendition of our national anthem. One of the great things about going to the racetrack, they never fail to have invocation or sing the national anthem. Right now, we're going to take a look at the top 10 qualifiers. We know that the number one qualifier is going to start 12th in our feature race. So it's Brett Strickler, Kyle Sosnowski, Ryan Smith, Brett Mikulski, Kevin Levies, Weston Newell, Craig Dunn, Zach Settle, Jeremy Zarfos, and Michael Sheridan in the top 10 in qualifying right now. They had about 41 or 42 cars checked in for this one. Getting ready to go to the heat races. We'll tell you exactly how many heat races it is going to be as soon as they have everything settled out and they get ready to start here. Heat race number 1 going to grid out on the front stretch for us. Five heat races on tap. Get the boys to start gridding out here. Brett Strickler going to be the first to do so. And on the pole, that 38 car will be to his outside. The 222 going to be Weston Newell. On the inside of row number 2, the X Machine, Mike Keegan. And on his outside will be the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD and number 17 of Kyle Keene, last week's winner. Row 3 on the inside, the High Side Raceware TH Designs UDSR Ray, number 19 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, Troy Wagaman Jr., the pilot of that machine. And on his outside, Cole Kirkman. We just saw Kirkman over at the iRacing Fast Series a little bit ago. Row 4 on the inside, Christopher Stringfellow, the 67 car. And on the outside, Dalton Dietrich in the 8. In the 33, he starts 8th in the 33 car. And Darren Kaufman, the 6 machine, going to start on the back by himself. Right now, the only car I do not see on the grid, that bright orange and white machine, the X car, Mike Keegan. There he is. There's Mike. So top 4 are going straight to the feature. Or no, top 2 of each heat race going straight to the feature. We're going to find 24 cars. So we're going to end up getting our last 14 cars out of the B mains. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. I know there is a lot of sharing and a lot of watch party's getting started here. We appreciate that greatly, guys. Don't forget to let everybody know where you're watching the Flatout Sim Series. Always over at the Dirt Racing Network. Second show of our doubleheader. These guys will take one more pace lap. They'll be ready to go to green the next time we come out of turn number 4. I see you, Roberto, or Robert. Yeah, Robert. And you're welcome for showing the show. We love to show the racing. We love everybody spending time with us on a Friday night. We all wish we could go to the real track, but since we can't, this is the next best thing. All right, these guys are going to go green out of turn 4. Strickler and Newell on the front row. Strickler on the gas, green flag in the air. Good start for Strickler. Keene going to try to come right up the outside. Had a little bit of contact with Mike Keegan as they went into turn 1. Now Keene trying to grab the car back up underneath him in to the 4th spot. Jeremy Zarfos, or Troy Wagaman. Troy Wagaman right in behind him right there. Watching Keegan in 3rd. Keene is now 4th. Keene won last week's feature. Troy Wagaman in the 5th spot. Cole Kirkman, Dalton Dietrich, Darren Kaufman. A lot of problems for Kaufman. No cautions in the heat races. So he'll escape that car out, put it on pit road. Will stay green. 2 of 10 in the books. Still Strickler, Newell, Keegan, and Keene the top 4. Only 2 go straight to the feature. Everybody else will have to fight through one of the consolation races. You see 2 different lines right there. Strickler was in the middle. Newell was right down against the inside, and Newell is trying to get there. If he can find some bite on the exit of the corner, he might be able to do it, but he is just losing too much momentum on the exits to get up there. Strickler got the perfect line right there where the marbles start. And he is using it to keep the right rear gripping as he comes out of the corner. Now Keegan got around the high side. He passes Newell. Move Mike Keegan into 2nd. Newell fighting back on the bottom of the exit of 2. These 2 racing for 2nd place. They were drag racing for just a moment. Keegan's going to come away with a spot 4 to go. Strickler, Keegan, Newell, Wagaman, your top 4. Kyle Keene has taken the 17 car to the infield. He will try to find one of the starting positions out of an elimination race here in just a little bit, but 3 laps to go this time. Still Strickler, Keegan, Newell, and Wagaman, your top 4. We're keeping our eyes on these front 3. It's been a good battle for 2nd. Strickler has shown the way each of the 8 completed laps. Keegan looks like he's creeping in just a little bit. May see a last lap slider to try to pick up the win here. Here comes Newell, took a look, wasn't able to make it stick. White flag in the air one more time around. Brett Strickler out in front, but Keegan is there. Will Keegan go for the slider in 3 and 4? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he is content to just transfer through. It's going to be Strickler and Keegan going to the feature. Everybody else, we'll see you in one of the B mains here just shortly. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. Heat race number 2 on the pole, 7 car, Kyle Sosnowski. On his outside, the Wick Cushion 19 Designs Team SETI out of Maryborough, Queensland, Australia. The 57 car, the Flying Aussie Craig Dunn. Row 2 on the inside. That's going to be row 3. I am way out of kilter now. Row 2 on the inside. Going to be the 2 car, Cody Hartlob, on his outside. The Flying Fossil in the 56. That is David Flick. Max Stambaugh in the 97 starting inside of row 3. That's the Wicked Energy Gum Machine. Dakota Kuhn going to start on his outside, the 95 car. Bryant Cotta, 83 car on the inside of row number 4 with Jesse Deeds to his outside. And Justin Zapp. I had a little conversation via some private messages with Justin. He said, just call him Justin Zapp. Since there's no chance on earth that I pronounce his last name, he is going to start in the 9th position in the 3 car. So 9 more cars, 10 more laps, top 2 to the feature. Everybody else going to an elimination race. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us right here on the Dirt Racing Network. Watching some of the Pennsylvania boys get at it here at Williams Grove. Flatout Sim Series. Don't forget likes, shares, and follows, guys. This will be our last show for the evening tonight, but tune in tomorrow night. NCRA Modifieds. Going to be running a practice race. They got a big event coming up Monday right here at 8 o'clock Eastern on the Dirt Racing Network. Happy to have the NCRA guys showing off on the network for us. But we are in heat number 2. The green flag is about to come out. There it comes.
Green flag.
Good jump for Sosnowski. Man, he put the power down. That car jumped forward, and he's got about 5 car lengths when they head off into turn 1 over the flying Aussie of Craig Dunn. 57 car giving chase. You see the flying fossil back there, Dave Flick on the outside. Trying to run the Harry Gantline, but I promise you, nowhere near as handsome as old Harry. I kid. I like old Dave a lot. He's a good guy. He's running in 3rd. Dakota Kuhn runs in the 4th spot. The 95 car, Cody Hartlob, the 2 machine. In behind that, then Mad Max Stambaugh. 97 car running in 6th. Cotta, Deeds, and Justin Zapp rounding out the field, but Dunn not closing the gap on Sosnowski. Still 0.6 of a second. End of lap 3. David Flick still sitting in the 3rd spot, but Dakota Kuhn, his teammate, trying to give chase. Got the UDSRA boys a 3, 4, and 5. And they are all trying to chase down the 57 car. One of them wants that spot. You saw Hartlob catch the fence out of 4th. Front end of that car was up off the ground. He is going to fall all the way back to 7th. That is going to move Kuhn to 4th, Stambaugh to 5th, Cotta to 6th. Hartlob is 7th, and then Deeds and Zapp behind that. But still, Kyle Sosnowski out in front of these guys, 1.2 seconds. They just got the halfway sign. 7 car running up on the top side, and it looks like that car very smooth all the way through the corners, and that's what you got to be fast. Tricky place here. Very long straightaways, very tight corners. 410 sprint car gets around here in just about 17 seconds. 3 to go this time by. Sosnowski out 1.4 seconds over Dunn. Dunn's got about a half a second over Flick. Craig Dunn, the 57 car, riding in second. Got 2 to go. Just moving the car around, looking for grip anywhere. He needs to know where he needs to run in the feature, or where the grip was at least when he's out here now, so he can try to close that gap. But he's going to probably run out of time. White flag in the air. Sosnowski, now the gap down to 1.5 seconds. He's lost about a 10th and a half. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race 2 goes to Kyle Sosnowski. Craig Dunn going to come home in second. Dave Flick, Dakota Kuhn, Brian Cotta, Justin Zapp, Cody Hartlob, Jesse Deeds, and Mad Max Stambaugh rounding out the field. We'll see everybody from 3rd on back in the consolation races here just shortly. Still got 3 heats on tap for you. Yes, Tracy, it is. Heat race number 3, 8 cars scheduled to be in this one. On the pole, the 21 of Ryan Smith, and on his outside, Zach Settle in the 58. Row 2 on the inside, the 888 machine, Corey Wenzel. Zach Holloway, the 41 car, the outside of that row. Row 3 on the inside, Jessup Logistics number 25 of Richie Preston. The 88 of Andrew Swartward. And the outside of him, Joe Cotta. 26 car on the inside of row 4. Outside going to be Matt Hoffman, the 23. And that is your 8 car field. Well, thank you for watching, Charlie Hooker. I see you in the chat there. Guys, don't forget, if you're over on the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel, say hi in the chat. I can see it. Likes, shares, follows. Make sure you subscribe if you're over on Twitch or YouTube. That comes from qualifying. Shane, they had a qualifying session while we were in our national anthem, and they set the cars in the grid according to how they qualified. And when they get to the feature tonight, there was a 12-car invert. So the winners of the heat races are going to start from 6th through 10th. I think we would have had 12 cars had we had 6 heat races, so it'll be a 10-car invert, I think. But they will invert those guys. So the faster cars are going to start in the middle of the field, 24 cars out here on the track. These guys getting ready to go green are right here out of turn number 4. Smith and Settle going to bring us to it. Heat race number 3. On the throttle, green flag is in the air. Heat race 3 is underway. Ryan Smith quickly to the lead. Zach Settle jumped in behind him. Corey Wenzel now working down on the inside of Zach Holloway. Trying to take third away, but I think that outside line. Oh, a little bit of contact right front to left rear. Settle got just a little out of shape on the exit of 4, and Wenzel paid the price. Those two came together. Wenzel was trying to make sure that he didn't leave enough room for Holloway to get in there and make it 3 wide. Now Holloway worked to the inside of Settle for just a moment. Out of turn number 2, Settle closing in on Smith. Smith a little squirrely on the exit. That's going to give Settle the opportunity to throw the slide job in 3 and 4. Oh, he found the fence with the right rear, threw it in there just a little hot, and it gives Smith back the lead. Here comes Holloway. He throws the slider in 1 and 2. Settle just too much momentum, put a good crossover move on. Able to take the spot back. Contact. Holloway and Settle. Settle not going to enjoy that one as he goes from the front to the back. Now he is out of a transfer spot. Richie Preston in the catbird seat. Put him behind Smith. That's your top 2. Only 2 transferring straight to the feature. Everybody else going to have to work their way through the series of B mains here. About a half a second between second and third. Holloway and Cotta now battling for the 3rd spot. Joe Cotta on the inside, 26 car. Track looks like it's still plenty of grip everywhere. See a lot of these guys moving up to the top shelf here. Smith, Preston. Joe Cotta working the bottom and not really losing a lot of ground to Holloway right there. Holloway into the fence off 4. That gives Cotta the spot. Now Joe Cotta into 3rd. Corey Wenzel, after an early bit of contact, has worked his way back to 5th, but he is a long ways from the front. Richie Preston starting to reel in Ryan Smith, but I think with the 2 laps to go, maybe too little, too late. Off of turn 4, white flag will be in the air. Smith and Preston 1-2. Joe Cotta 3rd. Zach Holloway in fourth and Corey Wenzel in fifth. And that battle there, third, fourth, and fifth, super tight. Cotta crossed through the middle. Split the difference. Here comes Wenzel, but Ryan Smith going to pick up the win in Heat 3. He and Richie Preston headed straight for the feature. And then it's Cotta, Holloway, and Wenzel into that order. We'll get ready for heat race number 4. 6 cars already locked into the feature. On the pole, going to be the 73 machine, Brett Mikulski behind the wheel. On his outside, the M&M Construction, Brett Marks Motorsports Sim Racing Team out of York, PA. Is going to be Jeremy Zarfos. 31 car, John Helms on the inside of row number 2. On his outside, M&M Painting and Construction, Brett Marks Sim Team out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Chance Siskowski drives that car. Row 3 on the inside, a 14 car, Chris Hockley. And on his outside, a 69 car, going to be Lance DeWeese. And in the back row on the inside will be Will Rocky, the 71 car. And on the outside, Douglas Deeds in the 76. That's the Miller Lite machine. Three down, 2 to go. Heat race 4. Pacing behind the iRacing pace truck. They will go green out of turn 4. We'll take the top 2 here. We'll have 8 cars locked into the 24 car feature. Mikulski and Zarfos on the front row. Mikulski on the throttle. Green flags in the air. Good start for Brett. Got a good lead going into 1 and 2. Clear track in front of him. Zarfos, the 5 machine, trying to run him down. He got a great run down the backstretch. He goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. He's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to lead lap number 1. Jeremy Zarfos to the point. Brett Mikulski second. Siskowski into the 3rd spot as he ran the slider line in 1 and 2. And here comes Helms right back around him. Helms is 3rd. Siskowski is 4th. And William Rocky up to 5th. Christopher Hockley 6th, Lance DeWeese running in 7th, and Doug Deeds are running at the very back, but out in front, Zarfos 0.6 of a second. Gonna complete lap number 3. Right off the top of the turn 1 fence, here they come right into your living room down the backstretch. Out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. 4 laps down, 6 to go. Still Zarfos, Mikulski, Siskowski, 1, 2, 3. And Siskowski closing in on Mikulski here. Could have a battle heating up for the final direct transfer spot in the next lap or so. I think Mikulski started on the pole last week for this race. Looks like that car struggling a little bit tonight. Siskowski worked to the inside off of turn 2, and he takes over second, at least temporarily. Now brings the car up in front of Mikulski. Mikulski crosses back over and takes the spot back. Big momentum shift out of turn 4 right there. 4 laps to go. That time by still Zarfos, almost a full second ahead of this battle for second. Mikulski through the middle. Cisnowski on the bottom. Gonna stay the way it was the last time we came by. Siskowski made a great run. He caught up to Mikulski, and then suddenly that kind of ignited a fire under the 73 car. He's gotten back around the 7, and he hasn't looked back. 2 to go that time by 1.5 seconds. The difference from first to second. Zarfos over Mikulski. But Siskowski right here. Mikulski makes a mistake. Didn't allow the door to be open long enough for Siskowski to do anything with it, but we're probably going to see slide jobs on the last lap. These guys battling for the final direct transfer spot. Good grip on the bottom. Siskowski rockets past Mikulski. Down into turns 3 and 4. Final time. Zarfos picks up the win. Who's going to get the transfer spot? Chance Siskowski is going straight to the feature. Brett Mikulski and company going to work through the consolation races here shortly. 4 heat races in the books. Get the final heat race gridded out on the front stretch here. We've got 8 locked into our feature already. It's going to be Kevin Lovey's on the inside of row number 1. He starts pole for this final heat race. And on his outside, going to be the 15 car out of Farmington, Minnesota, going to be Michael Sheridan. Row 2 on the inside, Chris Adams. Auto applied in the 4 car, and on the outside, Tyler File in the 44 car. Row 3 on the inside, the 5 car, Brett Marks. On his outside, the 05 of Michael Rosendahl. And on the back row on the inside, Brett Holloway in the 02 car, and Sean Case drives the 93 machine. It's actually the 9M, not the 93. Michael Sheridan, another member of the Brent Marks sim racing team. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it very much. You're spending your Friday evening with us. You're watching the Flatout Sim Series from Williams Grove Speedway. Second week in a row for these guys. Been a great night of racing on the Dirt Racing Network. Had the iRacing Fast Series from Lima Land Speedway Park a little while ago. Going to wrap it up with the big 410 cars here at Williams Grove tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, NCRA Modifieds around 8 o'clock Eastern. And then again on Monday, that same group. Tomorrow night's a practice race. They're going to figure the cars out, figure the track out a little bit, and then they're going to put on their big event on Monday night with us right here. But Heat 5, Flat Out Sim Series, about to get underway. They're on the loud pedal. The green flag is in the air. Lovey's going to lead us off of turn 2. Sheridan had an idea on the inside to take second down the backstretch, but Chris Adams made a move, and then he gives it up now. 2 for 1. Sheridan goes from third to fourth to lead lap number 1. Kevin Lovey's back to second. Adams is third. Brent Marks, the 5 car there, up to fourth. Top 2 transfer straight to the A-main. Everybody else has to work their way through the consolation races. We're going to find 24 total. We'll have 10 locked in at the end of this heat race. So we'll be finding 14 cars out of those B-mains. Now Brett Marks on the inside. He's going to take over second heading into turn number 3. Going to chase his teammate Michael Sheridan. Oh, gives a lot back right there, and he went from second. He's going to be 5th when we turn into turn number 1. Michael Rosendahl up the inside there. Here comes Marks, clips the tire, stays out of Rosendahl, and it's still Sheridan. Then Lovey's in the 18. Now Adams and Rosendahl have contact. Marks goes through, Rosendahl around. So that splits things up a little bit. Adams comes away with third. Marks is fourth. File comes out fifth. Holloway sixth. Rosendahl and then Case, but Michael Sheridan 2.5 seconds At the halfway point, he's going to have 4 to go out of turn 4 this time. Big lead over Kevin Lovey's. Lovey's working the car around the bottom. Kevin Lovey's sitting in the final transfer spot right now. He is 2.7 seconds behind Sheridan. Sheridan's at the line. You see Lovey's just coming off turn 4. Chris Adams. Then Brett Marks and Tyler File. Those 3 cars close together. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Marks with a good run down the inside of the backstretch. Just not able to put it in there in turn 3 and take a spot away from Adams. 2 laps to go. File around the top side. Marks was around the bottom. Adams trying to keep the 4 car down on the inside. White flag in the air for Sheridan and Lovey's. 3.5 seconds first to second. Another 2.8 seconds back to the 4 car in third. We'll go back to the front. Michael Sheridan's out of turn 4. He's going to pick up the win in heat race number 5. Kevin Lovey's comes home second. Both of those cars going straight to our feature. And then Adams, Marks, File, Holloway, Rosendahl, and Case all going to our consolation races. So we got 10 locked in. We're going to take 7 out of each one of these. Set for 16 cars. So roughly half the field is going to make the transfer through. Newell and Cotta on row number 1. Row 2, Adams and Kuhn. Helms and Kirkman in row 3. Row 4, Wenzel and File. Justin Zapp on the inside of row 5 with William Rocky on his outside. Kyle Keene, last week's winner, having to come out of one of the Bs. He's on the inside of row 6. Matt Hoffman on his outside. Rosendahl and Stambaugh in row 7. And row 8, Hockley and Kaufman. All right, cars are rolling away. Remember, only the top 7, and we do not have John Helms, Cole Kirkman, or Justin Zapp. So we'll be down to 13 cars. So exactly half the field is going to transfer straight into the A. All right, we're going green out of turn number 4 this time. First of 2 B mains.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Weston Newell got a good jump. He is going to lead us into turns 1 and 2. Cotta and Adams battling for 3rd and 4th right now. Top 7 transferring through. Everybody else going to be done for the night. Joe Cotta in second. Chris Adams third. Dakota Kuhn. Corey Wenzel in the fourth spot. Weston Newell streaking away, and he's already finding lap traffic on the track. Christopher Hockley taking the 14 car down on the inside, making the hard left into the infield as Newell went by, and behind him there's a hornet's nest. Cotta, Adams, Wenzel, and Kuhn. Those 4 cars were 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. Newell, Cotta, Adams, Wenzel, Kuhn, Rosendahl, File, your top 7. Those are going to be your transfer cars. Right now, the 44 car, the blue, black, and white machine right there. Sitting in the final transfer spot. He goes around Rosendahl. Now put Rosendahl, the black, red, and white car, onto the hot seat. He's the last car in currently, and he's got Mad Max Stambaugh, the 97 machine, right behind him. Stambaugh got a good run out of 4. He's going to go to the bottom in 1 and 2. Can he come out of turn 2 with the 7th position? No, just too much from Rosendahl. Still Newell out in front. These guys had 20 laps to figure this out. With that many cars, they gave them plenty of laps considering that half the field was going home. Almost contact right there. Car was sideways out of turn 2. Everybody missed him. Rosendahl still sitting in a spot. Max Stambaugh now up to 7th. Kyle Keene, the first car on the outside, looking in last week's feature winner, trying to find his way into the field. Had the inside on Stambaugh that time by. Out of turn 4. Keene now sits in the 7th position. Stambaugh back to 8th. Keene maybe not done. Looks to the inside of Rosendahl in 1 and 2. Good race down the backstretch. This for 6th. Rosendahl went 3 wide on the inside of File. On the inside of him, Kyle Keene. That time, Rosendahl had to check up just a little bit down the front stretch to not run into Kyle Keene, and that caused him his momentum. Stambaugh got to the inside in 1 and 2, but down into turn 3 they go. Still Rosendahl in the spot. Now way out of shape. Put Mad Max in the spot. 97 car into 7th. Weston Newell way out in front of this one. Into lap traffic, he is all the way up to 12th place. Cole Kirkman right in front of him. He's 1.9 seconds ahead of Joe Cotta. Cotta just in front of Adams. Wenzel runs 4th. Now Keene up to 5th. File is 6th, and Stambaugh 7th. Your transfer cars the way they run. Cotta through the middle off the turn 4. Down the middle of the front stretch. Still Adams right in behind him. Adams tried to set the car early in 2, but he didn't have a run down the backstretch. Weston Newell about to lap another car. Still working on the same car of Kirkman. Still hasn't cleared him. He might this time out of 2. Now clears the 10 car heading down into turns 3 and 4. He's going to have 5 to go this time out of turn 4. B-main number 1. Top 7, and it's Newell, Cotta, Adams, Wenzel, Keene, File, and Stambaugh, your top 7. File and Keene have sorted things out. Wenzel is falling off the battle for 2nd. Adams to the top side on Cotta. Out of turn 4. Wasn't able to make it work. Newell now is cleared Kirkman. Kirkman runs in 10th. 3 to go this time by. Flatout Sim Series. Got to talk to Cody Hartlob. Weston Newell sees 2 to go. That time out of turn 4. Joe Cotta in front of Chris Adams. Corey Wenzel. Wenzel's got company. Tyler File is now caught up to Wenzel. File around the top side of 1 and 2. Pulls up alongside. Eases barely in front of the 888 car. Corey Wenzel off of turn 4. He's got it clean now. Move Wenzel to 5th. Keene is 6th. Stambaugh is 7th. We're on the final lap. Top 7 moving on. Everybody else packing them up, heading home. And Weston Newell is headed through turns 3 and 4 for the final time in the B main number 1. He's going to pick up the win. Joe Cotta, Tyler File, Corey Wenzel, Kyle Keene, Max Stambaugh, and Michael Rosendahl are going to transfer through. It looks like Chris Adams' car ran out of fuel on the last lap. So a little bit of a shake-up there, and Rosendahl is going to transfer. There's a lot happening on the last lap of that one. We'll get ready to move on to our final B main. It's going to be Flick and Mikulski, row 1 or row 2. Wagaman and Holloway. Marks and Cotta, Brian Cotta in this one. He's in row 3 on the outside. Or row 4, Lance Deweese and Dalton Dietrich. Swartwood and Holloway in row 5. Row 6 will be Hartlob and Deeds. The 7th row, Stringfellow and Settle. And in the 8th row, Case and Jesse Deeds. So 16 cars scheduled to be in it. Top 7 moving on. Everybody else going home. We're going to have all 16 in this one for 20 laps. Zach Holloway, the 41 machine, looks like he is moving to the back of the field. Don't know what the reasoning is for that, but he is going to give up 4th to start 16th or 15th. So Dave Flick, the Flying Fossil on the pole. B main number 2, Brett Mikulski will be on his outside. They'll bring us to green the next time we come out of turn number 4. Familiar sight for fans at the Williams Grove Speedway, the 69K car. Lance Deweese. All right, green this time out of turn 4. Final B main. Last chance to get in. To our 24-car A main. Flick and Mikulski out of turn 4. Green flags in the air. We're underway. Weston, the arms are gel. Well, you better get them firmed up, buddy, because you got a long ways to go. That feature is going to be a whole lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of good guys in there. You're going to have a lot of work ahead of you. Lap 1 about to be in the books. David Flick going to lead us there. Brett Mikulski and Troy Wagaman Jr., your top 3 right now. Marks, Dietrich, Holloway, and Settle. The top 7 right now, the 58 car, that yellow and green machine. Final transfer spot, but he goes by Brent Holloway, and that moves Holloway onto the hot seat. Cody Hartlob, 8th place down on the bottom right in front of Holloway. Brett Mikulski and Troy Wagaman have now gotten around. David Flick moved Flick to 3rd, and he's in the clutches of Brent Marks. The 5 car off of turn 4 loses a bunch of ground. So keep the Fossil in 3rd. Marks is 4th. Settle is 5th. Holloway is 6th. And now Dalton Dietrich has worked his way into the 7th spot. The 9 car sitting in a transfer spot. But here comes Holloway. Holloway dropped back and started 15th or 16th. He was scheduled to start 4th. All of a sudden, he is up here, and he is challenging for one of the transfer spots, and he got it that time down the front stretch. A 41 car sits in 7th. The 2 car, Cody Hartlob, right behind him. That's 8th spot. Still out in front, Brent Mikulski, Troy Wagaman, David Flick, your top 3. Zach Settle in 5th behind Brent Marks, and he is catching up to both Flick and Marks pretty quickly. He's running the high side. That time, Marks goes across the nose of the 56 car of Flick. Flick turns right back underneath, and he keeps 3rd spot at the line. I saw Wagaman's car a little out of shape. I don't know who that was in front of him. Looks like a lap car. Maybe Sean Case, the 9X machine or the 9M machine. He was out of shape out of 2. Got it out of the way. No harm, no foul there, but Mikulski 2 seconds ahead of Wagaman. Mikulski into traffic. He goes around Douglas Deeds. Flick still 3rd. Marks is 4th. Settle is 5th. Holloway is 6th. Zach Holloway in 6th. Brent Holloway in the 7th position. That's the 41 car. These guys still fighting for the final transfer spot right here. Cody Hartlob right in the middle of this. He's in 8th. 2 car waiting to see if the 02 or the 41 make a mistake. Wants to get that final transfer spot. Not quite to the halfway point. Last B main of the night. Final chance to get in. This time Hartlob goes right by Brent Holloway when they went down into turn 1. Good runs at the ends of the straightaway for the 2 car. 0-2. Brent Holloway got into the fence, got it grabbed back underneath, but he is 7th. Hartlob worked around the inside of Deeds that time. So Cody Hartlob into 7th. Still Mikulski out in front, a little over 2 seconds over Troy Wagaman. David Flick still in 3rd, but Marks is there again. Just not able to get that car far enough alongside the 56 to move him off the line and take the spot away. Still battling. Settle is still 5th. Gap at the front closing a little bit. Now down to 1.8 seconds. Mikulski still the leader. Wagaman still 2nd. Back to the battle for 3rd. Marks is getting down in there, and this time he might have got Flick moved up the hill. He's got a nose on the inside. Marks around the bottom. Can he get the drive on the exit of 2? Flick with a bunch of momentum through the middle. Hangs on to the spot. Great battle here for the 3rd position. That time Marks went in there. Flick tried to shut the door, and Marks gave him a little bit of right rear for his trouble. Now Mikulski out of shape. That collects David Flick. Flick's car heavily damaged, but it looks like it's going to be able to keep going. Right now, he is the 7th and final transfer car, and he's barely ahead of the 02 of Brent Holloway. Mikulski still up front, 1.6 seconds over Wagaman in heavy lap traffic. Brent Marks is 3rd. Cody Hartlob is Zach Holloway 5th. Zach Settle in 6th, and David Flick. After the contact on the front stretch a couple laps ago, he is hanging on to 7th. Let's watch Mikulski around the top side. Puts Deweese a lap down. 3 to go when they come out of turn 4. Still Mikulski, Wagaman, and Marks, your top 3. Hartlob is 4th. Holloway, Settle, and Flick rounding out the final transfer spots. David Flick keeping the car down on the bottom, missing the nose wing now. Still able to keep the car planted down on the bottom, getting good drive off Mikulski. 2 to go that time by. Here comes Wagaman. The gap closing rapidly. Will we have a last lap pass? White flag flying. 1 to go. Mikulski. Now it's 0.3 of a second. Here comes Wagaman. Slide job 1 and 2. Didn't get it there. That might have done it. Looks like Mikulski's going to pick up the win. B-main number 2. Wagaman's going to come home second. Hartlob third. He's still battling with Marks as they head into turns 3 and 4. Make it Brent Marks for third. Hartlob is fourth. Zach Holloway fifth. Zach Settle. And it looks like David Flick is going to get off turn 4. He's going to grab one of the transfer spots. So the feature is set. These guys are going to have a couple of minutes of warm-up here. And while they're out there figuring out what they're going to do with setups for the track. Looks like they went out. They did a little bit of work on the tracks. They're going to give these guys probably the full 5 minutes here to run the track back in. Jeremy Zarfos, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. Tell us what you're thinking for this feature here. Looks like they went out and did a little bit of work on the track. They're going to let you guys burn it in just a little bit. But what are you looking for out of this feature?
It's going to be fast early. I think you're going to see, guys will be aggressive. And as the track slows down, guys will spread out a little. You'll see the racing hopefully go to 2 lanes, and then hopefully it doesn't get too slick where it ends up a train. So hopefully we can wear it out good enough here that it'll make good racing.
Yeah, it looked like, they may have reset it just a little bit there for the 2B mains, and it got a little bit racy kind of towards the end of that last one. The guys were able to run way at the top or right down against the bottom. Is it going to get that way for us in the feature real quick?
I hope so. I hope it doesn't stretch everybody out too far, but also creates good racing where you can race 2 lanes. This place a lot of times people move around out of necessity, not because they want to. So I'm hoping guys can move around where they want to. They can run the top, they can run the bottom, they can do a slider line, whatever. It's just nice to have choices. I hope so.
Well, a bunch of the Brett Marks cars are in this feature, man. One of you guys going to pick up the win tonight?
I don't know. We're going to give them hell, but I do have to probably leave. I have another race I got to get to tonight. Didn't think this one would quite take this long. I think they ran those Bs were about 100 laps each, it felt like. So we'll leave it up to Brent and Michael and Chance to get it done.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you work the track in pretty good here. Good luck in the feature, and hopefully we get a chance to chat with you at the end.
Appreciate it, Roger. These are cool, man. Keep it up.
A quick word with Mr. Jeremy Zarfos there. He is ready to do battle in our feature race. Couple of minutes to go here watching several of these guys. See Mike Keegan, Weston Newell. Weston Newell said his arms felt like jello after his B main. I hope he went and found him a bowl of weed so he could strengthen up just a little bit. Maybe he can do something. Oh, we watched Jeremy Zarfos catch the 7 car there of Kyle Sosnowski, and that was not pretty. Brett Strickler, quick qualifier tonight, and he won his heat race. I think he's going to roll off P10 tonight. Hello, Robert. About a minute to go in the warm-up session. They worked the track a little bit in between those B mains. So giving these guys a chance to come out here. All 24 cars. Put a little tire wear on the track. See what kind of feature we can get out of this. And about 42 of them check in. We took 18 of them out via the 2B mains and all the heat races. Week 2 of the Flatout Sim Series. Winding down to the practice session, getting ready to go green here. Put your pick to win it up in the chat. Kyle Keene was the big winner last week. All right, that is it. Practice is over. The track has worked as far as it's going to work until it makes all of its changes during the feature race here. We'll get ready to run down through our starting grid. Committee 73 machine of Brett Mikulski. Starting on the pole, Weston Newell will be on his outside. Both of those guys coming from the B main, and by virtue of the invert, they will be starting on the front row. And what a front row that's going to be. Row 2 going to be Kevin Loveys and Chance Siskowski. Row 3, Richie Preston, the flying Aussie Craig Dunn. Row 4, Mike Keegan and Michael Sheridan. The 5th row going to be Jeremy Zarfos and Ryan Smith. Row 6, Kyle Sosnowski and Brett Strickler. Joe Cotta and Troy Wagaman in row 7. Row 8, Tyler File and Cody Hartlob. The 9th row, Corey Wenzel and Brent Marks. In row 10, we'll see last week's winner, Kyle Keene, with Zach Holloway on his outside. Max Stambaugh, Mad Max, starting inside row number 11. Zach Settle on his outside. And on the back row, on the inside, teammates Michael Rosendahl and the flying fossil David Flick. 24 cars. So it looks like Loveys and Siskowski are on the front row. The starting grid a little out of whack. Maybe because of the invert and the overlays had a tough time picking it up, but it is Loveys and Siskowski on our front row. P10, kind of like I predicted. That is Brett Strickler back there. So we're going green this time out of turn 4. Loveys and Siskowski on the front row going to get us started. We watched a great race last week. Let's hope for the best this week. Maybe just as good or better. And the green flag is in the air. We are underway. Flat Out Sim Series. Contact between Dunn and Preston right away, and they're going to get away nice and clean. We're going to end up with Kevin Loveys out in front of this one. Siskowski falls into second. Zarfos now into third. We talked to Jeremy right before the broadcast. Or right before the feature during the broadcast, I mean. And he seemed optimistic about the track, like a lot of lanes to race on. It looks good right now. They are 3 and 4 wide. In behind him, he runs in the third spot. Keegan Dunn. And then Sosnowski, and we have a caution. Was that our winner from last week? I believe. 17 car, going to have some contact, hits the inside fence. Kyle Keene and Corey Wenzel. I saw the 58 car in the middle of that deal too. Zach Settle. So it looks like several of these cars are going to be headed into the pits, and we will not have back-to-back wins, it looks like, for Mr. Keene, as his night is finished. So see if this is looking right. It's Lovey's, Siskowski, Zarfos, Keegan, Dunn, Sosnowski, Smith, Strickler, Sheridan, and Mikulski, the top 10 after 2 of 35 laps. Light's going to go off on the pace truck. We're going to go green again out of turn 4. 33 laps still on the board. Single file on the restarts. Waiting on the 18 car. Kevin Lovey's out of turn number 4. Down to the bottom. On the throttle. Green flag. Back in the air. Siskowski went to the top. Zarfos went to the bottom behind Lovey's. They come together off of turn 2. Almost contact. Mike Keegan still 4th. Craig Dunn still in 5th. The yellow car that goes down to the bottom gets a little out of shape. He's going to give up a spot to Sosnowski. Move the 7 car into the 5th spot right behind Keegan. Zarfos still 3rd, and he's still battling with Siskowski over 2nd. They are side by side out of turn 4 that time. Zarfos had it at the line. Still, Lovey's out in front. He's getting great drive off the bottom of turn 2. 18 car just launching up off the bottom on the exits of the corners. He's putting 2 or 3, 4 car lengths on these guys down the straightaways. Zarfos trying to reel him in. Siskowski still working the top. Strickler, 38 car. He started in the 10th position. Now battling for 5th. He, Mike Keegan, and Kyle Sosnowski. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Give it to Strickler in 4th at the line. Oh, a little bit of contact between Strickler and Sosnowski right there, and that lets Mikulski get around the top side. 73 car now into the top 5. Battle heating back up for the 2nd position. Zarfos on the inside. Siskowski to the top. Zarfos and Lovey staying married to the bottom right now. If that bottom goes away, I don't know what the 2 guys at the front are going to do, because Siskowski's got the top side rolling. He's got Keegan and Mikulski in behind him. Brett Strickler's in 6th. Kyle Sosnowski is now 7th. Craig Dunn back to 8th. Michael Sheridan is 9th. And Ryan Smith running in the 10th spot. Well, that time it looks like Zarfos maybe caught that fence just a little with the left front on the exit of 2. That moves Siskowski in front of him. Keegan around the high side into 3rd. Now Zarfos in a battle for 4th with Strickler. He goes to the top side. Bottom side may be done for him now. 5 car battle from 4th through 8th. Oh, a little bit of touch again. Mikulski got into the back of Strickler. That allows Sosnowski into 5th. Great battle here from fourth on back. Keegan is in third. Sosnowski had fourth at the line over Zarfos. They were side by side. Mikulski and Strickler rounding out the top 7. Still Kevin Lovey's in front. 0.8 of a second now over Chance Siskowski. You see the red car on the left side of the screen every once in a while. That is second place. The 7 machine right there. So second on back. Kind of a hornet's nest. These guys trading spots left and right. Now Zarfos has fallen to 7th. Sosnowski is 6th. Strickler is 5th. Mikulski up to 4th. Keegan is 3rd, and he's challenging for 2nd with Siskowski. Kevin Lovey's the 18 machine. Your leader has been since the drop of the green. Getting close to halfway. Hello, Mr. Webb. Now Mikulski with a good run down the inside. 2 for 1 in turns 1 and 2. Move Brett Mikulski of the 73 machine into 2nd, but Keegan crosses over. He wants the 2nd spot back. Both cars to the top shelf. Siskowski to the bottom. Now slides up through the middle, cuts off Mikulski. Finds the outside fence, and once again the 73 car goes right back around. Now he's pushing Keegan through turns 1 and 2. Halfway home this time by. Brett Strickler now in the mix. This is a battle at the front, the top 5 on the screen. Mikulski finds some fence on the outside, gets the car back under him. Now he's going to come out of turn 2 in 5th. Keegan to 2nd. Strickler to 3rd. Siskowski in 4th. You see Kevin Lovey's the 18 car, the leader, coming up on lap traffic. Zach Holloway, the first car, in jeopardy of being lapped, and Keegan got to go to run through 1 and 2. He is there right at the back end of the 18 car. He's looking for the lead out of turn number 4. Keegan with a run off the high side, not able to do it that time. 19 down. Oh, little tap from Strickler into Lovey's. Lovey's gets into the lap car of Holloway. Now Keegan, your new leader. Caution. We're going to watch the contact out of turn number 2. On the 41 car. Lovey's gets down to the middle of the quarter. Strickler just turns him a little. That's going to get him into the 41. 41's going to get hit by Siskowski. That car around, and he is going to have to get off the track. So we'll move it back to the way they were when they crossed the line right before that. Waiting to see how they're going to line them up for sure. It shows Lovey's as our leader. But I do believe that Keegan is... Nope. Kevin Lovey's is the leader of the race still. So Keegan got around him, but it did not hold as they went back to the start-finish line. Still Lovey's, Keegan, Strickler, Siskowski, Mikulski, Sosnowski. That is a lot of skis right there, guys. Whew. Dunn, Sheridan, Smith, and Zarfos. 15 laps to go when we go back to green. Son of a gun. A lot of action. All right, lights off on the pace truck. We will be going green out of turn number 4. 15 to go. They were in lap traffic. Keegan caught Lovey's, passed him through turns 1 and 2. But when the caution comes out, they go to the previous completed lap and take the line up from there. And Kevin Lovey's the 18 machine back to the front. Brett Mikulski all the way back to 4th now. But he was coming on strong right before we got the caution. Lovey's holds him down just a little, gets the car straight out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. Lovey's to the bottom. Keegan and company to the top. Watching the battle for third. Keegan got a good run down the backstretch. He got right to the push bar of the 18 machine. Now out of the exit of turn 4, side by side to the line. Lovey's trying to put the squeeze on, trying to get that entry line into turn 1, and Keegan finds speed across the top of turns 1 and 2. Contact again. Lovey's trying to move up the hill. He got Keegan off of the rhythm just a little bit. Now here comes Kyle Sosnowski. Sosnowski, the 7 machine, into second. They're 3 wide for a second in 1 and 2. Keegan still working the top side. Mike Keegan trying to find the speed across the middle of the corners and get the exit speed he needs to take the lead, and he just can't do it. Sosnowski working the middle of the track. There goes Mikulski. 4 wide on the exit of turn 2 for just a second. Sosnowski's got the lead. Lovey's is second. Keegan back to third. Action heating up in the last 11 laps of this one. Put the 7 car. Sosnowski back to the lead, headed into turn 1. Keegan, big run off of turn number 2. Couldn't get it done. Mike Keegan finding some speed through the center of the corners, but it's just not enough to get him on the exit. Lovey's still hanging on to the lead, but Sosnowski had him that time going down into turn 1. Out of 2, they were side by side. Lovey's had the inside, and caution. Cody Hartlaw, Michael Rosendahl. See what happened to the 5 machine of Michael Rosendahl. White car, red number right here going through. Oh, Settle gets turned around, done. And that goes right into Rosendahl. So we get the guys lined back up. Going to have about 9 to go when they get the green. Wrong kind of skis there, Mr. Graham. Wrong kind of skis. All right, let's look at the lineup here. It's going to be Lovey's, Sosnowski, Keegan, Mikulski, Sheridan, Wagaman, Newell, Siskowski, File, and Marks, the top 10. 9 laps to go. Still 22 cars on the lead lap. You don't got Mike tonight, Joe. You got Roger instead. Mike will be back on Monday night. Wrapping up show number 2. Flatout Sim Series right here on a Friday night. Dirt Racing Network. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a practice race with the NCRA Modified guys. Then Monday night, they're going to have a show 8 Eastern right here on the Dirt Racing Network. Supposed to have Scott Stiles in calling the race. He is the regular voice of the NCRA Modifieds in the Midwest, alongside of Mike Peterson. Tune in for that. These guys are about to go back to green. Lovey's, Sosnowski, and Keegan, the top 3. Brett Mikulski right outside of that. Michael Sheridan and Troy Wagaman, the top 6 cars right now. Lovey's on the throttle. The green flag is back in the air. We'll see if Sosnowski has anything. Man, that car just fast on the restart. Lovey's had a little bit of a problem. I don't think it was going to matter. Sosnowski just flat ran him down. And once again, caution. This time it looks like maybe the 7 car of Chance Siskowski had a little problem. He restarted in about 7th or 8th right here. He went down into 1, a little out of shape. Finds his left front up against the implement tire there in turns 1 and 2. Spins the car around, keeps it going, but he is going to fall way back through the field. Guys, we appreciate everybody spending your Friday evening with us here at the Dirt Racing Network as always. Likes and shares and follows if you haven't already. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, follow us there. Say hi in the chat. We can see you. Hope you've enjoyed the evening with us. Still got about 8 laps to go in this one. It's been Kevin Lovey's out front for about every single lap. The 1 or 2 times that someone has gotten around him, the caution has fallen. It allowed Kevin to hang on to the lead. We'll see what happens on the restart. I do know that 7 car got a great run on the last restart down the front stretch. We'll see if he can do that again. Mike Keegan lurking right there. Brett Mikulski in that 4 spot. Michael Sheridan, always a threat. Troy Wagaman back here in 6th. Weston Newell, Tyler File, Brant Marks, and then Joe Cotta has worked his way into the top 10. I see Jeremy Zarfos' car headed to the infield. He may be finished for the evening. Looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. You can see in the track starting to get slick. Eight laps to go. Green flag going to fall out of turn 4. Lovey's on the point. Rolling us into a good start. He's going to turn, get the car straight out of turn 4. He's going to punch the throttle, and the green flag's going to fly. Watch the 7 car. He gets a great run right there. Did it on the last restart, and one more time. It isn't going to work out. I wonder if Lovey's 2 for 2 this time. He's going to change things up on that restart the next time. I lost sight of the car I was looking for. I want to say that it was Mr. David Flick. Yep, that car upside down. We'll watch from the restart here. This is going through 3 and 4 right before the green falls. Gets the car going. Big check up in the middle. He gets pushed from behind. It looks like Strickler got him, and then Dunn finishes him off. So we'll re-rack it. We'll do it again. Same lineup we had the last time. And I'm wondering if Lovey's has figured out what Sosnowski is doing back there, because right about the flag stand, the 7 car gets to put his right front tire right in the driver opening, and he has shown it to Lovey's and then went right on by before they got to turn 1 the last 2 restarts. See if the 18 car changes things up just a little bit. Thank you, Rocky. We're trying to do what we can. I know it sucks. Nobody can go to the track right now. Hopefully we'll be able to start opening things up in stages, a little here, a little there. I've seen a couple of posts from promoters that they're just going to ignore it. They're going to open it up. They're just going to encourage people to stay, distance from each other. I know what they expect people to do. We can't stay locked up forever. I know one of the local promoters here, one of the local track owners, has already said that they're going to start planning something. They're just going to deal with the sheriff if he shows up. Hopefully the sheriff's a race fan, and he'll understand as long as people are distancing themselves a little bit from each other. One more pace lap around. Everybody getting into their right positions. Going to go green out of turn 4 this next time. 7 laps to go. Don't forget, we're going to change it up a little bit tomorrow night. A practice race with the NCRA modified guys. Going to put the modifieds on the network for the first time ever. And then Monday night, they're going to have a big show. NCRA kind enough to let us help them get something going for their Midwest modified drivers. And they got about 35 of them, I think, lined up for this thing. So we're going to have a little fun with them tomorrow night, let them do some practicing, and then we're going to get them in the big show on Monday night. Right now, 7 laps to go. Flatout Sim Series, Williams Grove Speedway, back underway. Here comes that 7 car one more time. That time, Lovey's able to change things up enough and keep Sosnowski behind him temporarily. See what happens out of turn 2. Good drive on the exit. Weren't going to keep him back there forever, it didn't seem like, and he sure did drive it by. Kyle Sosnowski now, your new leader out of turn number 4. Lovey's for the first time not on the point, back to second, right in front of Mike Keegan. Keegan almost up top shelf. You saw Mikulski go way to the top right there. Michael Sheridan in 5th is running down on the bottom. Contact between Lovey's and Keegan, and that's about the 5th or 6th time that Kevin Lovey's has gone up there and put the squeeze play on the X machine going down the backstretch. He comes up and puts the squeeze on Mikulski. Now Keegan and Mikulski almost rubbing tires. Sosnowski out in front, Mikulski into second. We'll see who prevails in third. Keegan's got the spot for a second, but Lovey's able to take it right back. They're going to have 3 to go out of turn 4 this time. Now here comes Weston Newell, Troy Wagaman. 19 car in on the slider line, finds the fence. Oh, he didn't collect Keegan. Keegan able to squeak by. Sosnowski out in front, Mikulski second, Lovey's is third, Keegan still 4th. Down to 2 to go. Mikulski keeps taking the car to the bottom. That's where there's grip on the straightaways. He's running the middle in the corners. 7 car of Kyle Sosnowski through the middle of 3 and 4. He sees the white flag first. One more time around. Mikulski in second. Lovey still sitting in third. Wagaman, big run through 1 and 2 on the top side. He takes over 4th. For the final time through 3 and 4, the 7 car. Kyle Sosnowski's going to win it in week number 2. He's going to take Brett Mikulski and Kevin Lovey's to the podium with him. Good job by these guys finishing this one up. Sosnowski picking up the win in week number 2. Get these guys to bring the cars around to the front stretch, give us a nice park pose. We'll drag them up here and give them a little chitty chat. We'll do what we can with this. How about that? We'll definitely try real hard to get that. Let's start dragging guys. There is Lovey's. There is. They're getting them into the channel for me. I love it when I get a lot of help. Appreciate the admins doing that. Let's grab Kevin Lovey's real quick. Kevin Lovey's, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, you led a lot of this thing, and you come home third, man. Talk to us about how the track changed and what changed on your car to move you back to the third spot.
I just didn't do a very good job on the restarts. Restarts were killing me, I think. Once I got a rhythm going, I thought I was pretty good, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, we were talking about when we got that rash of cautions there, and I watched Sosnowski the 2 restarts in a row, man. I don't know if he was timing it perfect or if that car was just had a different gear, but he was able to drive up beside you before you got to turn 1. The caution come out and left you up there, and I was wondering if you were going to change something on the restart, and sure enough, you did, and then he goes around you on the top side. Just hard to keep that guy behind you?
Oh, I think if I just did a better job getting into 1, I would have been okay, but, just he got through 1 and 2 better once. And then right there at the end, I just kind of got rolling through the middle. And just, it's just the way it goes.
All right, man. Well, still a great run. You come home third in this one. I'm sure you've got some people that help you get it down out there. Why don't you tell us who it is, and we'll let you go celebrate.
yeah, just I want to thank you guys for putting it on, UDSRA, Enrium Dynamics, and Schweik Speedway.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you again next week, bud.
Thanks, Matt.
Kevin Levy's your third place finisher. That's trying to get the second place car, Brett Mikulski. We will grab him real quickly. Got to make sure that his levels are good. Brett Mikulski, you got a copy?
I'm here.
All right, man. Well, another good week for you. Watch the 73 car pass a lot of cars this evening, man. Talk to us about this feature and that final run to the end. You come home second.
I pushed it a little bit too hard there on the last lap. Me and Kyle, we're good buddies. He's actually on my Real 410 team, and I'm happy he got the win there. Started, I think, 12th there, and I had a couple mistakes that I was by him and all, but overall, I mean, it was just good to have go forward all night.
Well, reset right before the warm-up session. They give you guys the entire 5 minutes, and you guys work the track in. From that point, how much did the track change, and how much did you have to change your line to make up all those positions? Because you did start right there in the middle of the pack.
Well, at the beginning there, I just had to keep my cool and see where people weren't going, and luckily that top lane where I like to be opened up. It was there for a while, and then I kind of started cheating off the corners there and picked off a couple cars with that. So we moved around, but I never actually, like last week, I had to really move to the bottom in the middle and all. And, it seemed like this week I could keep on the upper half of the track, which, is where I like to be.
All right, man. Still a fantastic run. A second tonight. I'm sure you've got plenty of people that help you out there. Why don't you tell us who it is, and we'll let you go celebrate, man.
Well, Kyle does all my setups, so I definitely want to thank him for that. Wicked Cushion, SprintCarUnlimited.com, Jeremy Mahalski Heating and Air, and just want to thank Troy and you guys for having the league, and then you guys hosting it and all, or streaming it for us. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Always fun talking to the guys that get it done out there. We look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
Awesome. See you then, man.
Second place finisher, Brett Mikulski. Get ready to talk to our winner. I have got to make sure all these guys got good levels here. Let's put it on the 7 car, and let's drag Kyle in here. Kyle, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Roger.
All right, man. Well, that car looked like it was a rocket on the exit of the corners late in the race, man. Talk to us about those last 2 or 3 restarts and the last about 7 laps there, how you come away with the victory.
Yeah, those last few restarts, I was just kind of waiting to get some green flag laps. I kept getting Kevin there on the restarts, and he kept getting the caution. I had to get reset to second. So finally, once we got some green flag laps, I was able to get by him and just pedal and, throttle control and try to get low on the straightaways out of the slick and on the tacky. You just kind of get like a little speed boost entering the corners.
It looked like that car was really finding the grip on the bottom of the exit of 2 and the exit of 4. Then you started to go to the middle. What changed to make you do that?
For the bottom, sometimes you just got to get so bogged down, and if you miss it, you just lose so much speed. Versus the middle, you can kind of still be pretty fast and more consistent. And if you hit the bottom on the back straightaway, you get a pretty good boost there.
All right, man. Well, a fantastic run. You pick up the victory. You kept Mr. Keene from going back-to-back this week, and Brett says he owes everything to you, man. You do his setups. You going to do mine too?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I like getting the setups out there. I have fun doing it. It was good for him and I to get a 1-2. I've been helping him out with the Invitational, so we haven't been able to race together much. So it was really nice to be able to race with him here and get a 1-2 finish for us.
All right, man. Well, tell us who's on the car, who helps you get it done, and we'll let you go celebrate a victory tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I just got picked by Wicked Cushion and Wicked Energy today for Team SETI, and so I wasn't able to run their colors for the race, but I just joined them today, and then obviously my college and Pennsylvania Army National Guard. Those are my colors I'm running right now, and obviously I'd like to thank Brett, too, for letting me help out on his Invitations cars and try to make them a little bit faster on here.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations on the win. We look forward to seeing you next week right back here.
Thank you.
You're a winner tonight, Kyle Sosnowski. Take a quick look at our results here. Sosnowski and Mikulski 1-2, Lubbies and Newell 3 and 4, 5th to Wagaman, 6th to Keegan, 7th was Sheridan. Marks was 8th. Joe Cotta 9th. Strickler 10th. Corey Wenzel 11th. Max Stambaugh was 12th. Tyler File in 13th. Preston 14th. 15th to Cody Hartlob. Ryan Smith in 16th. Chance Siskowski 17th. Craig Dunn 18th. Zach Settle finished 19th. And Flying Fossil David Flick finishes in 20th. That is going to do it for us here at the Dirt Racing Network. Both shows in the books. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. Practice race with the NCRA Modified guys. Should start right around 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll be a little bit of a loose coverage because it is a practice race. Get them guys all prepped up and ready for Monday night's big show. 8 o'clock Eastern. Have Mike Peterson and Scott Stiles on the call for that one. We're going to try to bring Scott in tomorrow night and get him a little bit of practice doing this. But for myself, Mike Peterson at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, we appreciate you guys every time you tune in. Thanks for spending your time with us. We hope you enjoy the racing. Until we can get out to the real tracks, man, this is as good as it's going to get. Until we see you next time, keep it dirty, everybody. Good.